That's true even for meditation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the
same
same
protocol.
ethical. It's exactly the same. It's a humbleness, and you're putting your side, and you say, "I'm getting permission." And really, when you go into hypnosis, it's a team effort. You're not going unconscious. You're going to remain totally aware of everything I say. You will not be called to do something ridiculous or something on the stage as you do that. And what's going to happen is totally with your awareness and your participation. And it's critical. You work as a team in doing that. And so it comes to, even with children, they do know. You know, people don't realize how powerful children are. You work with a child and they know. You know.
So when a hypnotherapist is also a psychic, which is very unique to your personality, tell me how that assists your experience with your client.
Well, let's define what kind of psychic I am. Maybe.
That would be excellent.
And most probably, if you're watching the tape and you've never been with a psychic, let's define what there are. You have psychic. First of all, everyone is psychic, even you.
Absolutely.
You have feelings. You touch, you see, you taste. Every one of those are doorways, and every one of us can use them to. And all of you have had feelings at certain times where you just know something is right. You have no way, but you just know. So everyone has that capability. Now, the first level is called channeling. That's like a radio that you can tune to a radio station and broadcast the message from it. It's not specific, but a psychic who tunes, you can be able to raise the level. So I only want the very highest vibration stations, and I can pick up only the very messages. Other people who are psychic, who are not, they can go down, and of course on the other side, like all of life, it is all of life, there can be lower vibrations, you don't want to bring that through at all. So that's the first level, channeling. Then you go to what's called mediumship. Now that's a person who, if you wish to talk to someone who has passed and gone to the other side, now regardless of your religious inclinations, I'm just giving you mine, you don't have to be me. I totally respect what your thoughts and your beliefs and everything are, but for me, life is an ongoing cycle. When a person dies, their soul goes on. That's how it is. Now for you, it could be something different. But for me, when I work with it, that is what happens. And now when a person gets to the other side, and they want to communicate, they have a problem. How did they get through? So what happens, they've got to find someone down here who can raise their thinking up, and they got to lower their thinking down so that the radio can pick up the station. Okay, we're going to pick up Tanzania. I'm just at a little town in Tanzania, and I want this person. So that's really defined. So generally mediumship, a good medium, has been trained. They learn how to take all the information available and be able to do it. Now, for those of you who want to go and do this, I do give you precautions. If there's one person you specifically want to speak to, they may not be there. They could be doing something else. So don't be disappointed. You go to a medium and say, I'm sorry, they're not available. If someone else is, take that someone else, because recognize it doesn't work to your agenda. So that's a medium. And then the highest level calling is what's called a healer. That's a person that does healing. And you change your thinking. How many times when a person doesn't believe they're going to get well, and the person comes in and makes a person very happy, and you're going to get well. I know you're going to get well. And just that moment, the person knows they're going to get well. And the whole situation in the building changes. Because the belief structure does create the reality. You could say, well, you were wonderful. No, I wasn't wonderful. It's that person who was willing for that moment change their thinking. That's where the miracle was. That's where the healer comes in. You tap into these inner vibrations and you're able to reconnect a telephone circuit inside them, which now works to the result that they want to do.
So Virgil, you were telling the audience that, for you, it's you're here and your soul moves on, if I may say that.
Yes.
So there was experiences in your life that gave you that conviction.
Yes.
Can you speak a little bit about those experiences? Because it may be that someone in the audience has had similar experiences but don't recognize it.
I would say that if a person had those sort of questions, please come in and see me and ask the questions, because every single person out there is different, and what will be completely right for one will be completely wrong for the other. But when I say something in front of it, it's blanket. But if a person has a question about your soul, in terms of what am I, you know, let me give you a classic example. Let's say you've been through a near-death experience, and you've come back, and you're back into living, but suddenly you no longer like your husband, you don't like your wife, you don't understand your kids, you want to give up your job, you want to move. Come and see me about that. There's really good reasons this is happening, but the reasons are very unique to you. And it's just like I can take and reconnect the wires, so now you're connected to the right sources, because everything's been unplugged for you, and you're being given a new chance. It's a very profound thing. Now, if you know someone who's gone through a near-death experience and they change completely, they are a person that should get some help. Not that there's anything wrong, no, but there's a new understanding. And this is even true for people living in this age. Look what's happened with the stock market. Look what's happened all over the world. The rules are changing. All of us need to understand what are the new rules. And the new rules now are different because they come from within rather than from without. There are so many people making millions of dollars saying, I'm the guru of this, follow my steps. And that's out the window. You are your own guru. It's getting you to listen to yourself as your magic pathway.
So, Virgil, then in your life, there must have been people that you considered as mentors, or if I may say gurus, or guides, or wise men. And are you saying then not to engage with such individuals?
Oh, absolutely. But you're not going to become them. I think that's important. If there's a Dalai Lama and somebody, listen to their wisdom, and then see how an important word for a psychic is the word resonate. It's like hitting a bell, or better still, hitting the middle C in a piano, and there's another perfectly tuned piano, and it starts ringing over there when you hit the C here. That's resonation. And a person who's psychic, that resonates with me. I just hear that, I feel it ring, just the vibration is there. So when you read and everything, but see how it resonates in yourself, because you are not the Dalai Lama. You are you. You have profound truths and beauties in you which are equally as great as that in the Dalai. You just haven't discovered them yet. And you have to get faith in them. So yes, go to all those other things, but realize you are the end result, not them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Often psychics, mediums, intuits, whichever term you want to use, for me they're all terms that really are only for definition and mean different things to different people. So, but often they speak of ascended masters, avatars, spirit guides. Can you speak a little bit about that?
Okay. For those of you who are never experienced anything in that world, there are energies which are there to help you. It's example, how do birds migrate and they know exactly where to go? They fly thousands, they know where to go. There's an energy that helps them. Let's put that. There's energies that help them. So I'm going to give a test for everyone that's listening to this tape. This is your gift. How many of you go downtown or go where it's busy and there very often is no parking spaces there? Next time you go to do that, I want you to put in mind, there's a parking space for me. I want a parking space. And I guarantee you, when you do that, when you get there, either there'll be a space or someone will just pull out just as you pulling in. Do me a favor, just say, thank you. Just how this works shows that you are not alone. There are energies that will help you where you want to go. And that's this kind of energy we call a runner, but it's something that everyone can go and try without taking anything off how your life is. Go and try that. If it does, come on in, set up an appointment. I will take you further to explain some of those other energies that work for you, because they're there to help you. You're not lost, no matter how you feel like an abandoned child in the supermarket. There are things there that to help you. So just knowing how to connect to those things. And so that's, because
So-
it's different for everyone.
So then those words I mentioned,
Yes.
spirit guides, ascended masters,
Yeah.
avatars, now those are energies. Are some of them physical and some of them spiritual? Or are they all spiritual? Or
Okay, okay, let's change the perspective. Everything is spiritual.
absolutely.
Even the table, my hair, everything has a spiritual basis.
Okay.
Okay. So consequently,
Let's start that again.
Yeah.
Ask that question again.
What was my question?
Is everything spiritual or?
Or
Yes.
material? Oh, okay. Oh, but we're talking about beings only. Okay.
yeah,
Go ahead.
okay.
So Virgil, let me ask you then. We mentioned spirit guides, we mentioned ascended masters, we mentioned avatars. And of those beings, I'm often asked the question by people that are they spiritual beings? Are they people that have already passed? Are they who are these people? And are they people that are physically in this physical world as well as on the other side? Can you speak a little bit about that?
Okay, because the audience we're dealing with is so profoundly big, we have everyone who is profoundly Christian, you have profoundly Hindu, you have profoundly agnostic. So everyone sees those things you mentioned in totally different terms. So you have to find a common denominator for everyone without alienating everyone else. I rather call it as energy. It's
Okay.
like a plug in a wall. And I can plug a coffee maker, I can plug a fan, I can plug electric light. Everyone can plug into that plug their own thing, and it will work, regardless of their beliefs or anything. It is just an energy. And each energy takes the form which is totally acceptable to the individual that is asking. So, and
So is
everyone has those things,
So it's a
but in
sense
different
of being
forms.
guided then. It's a
Yes.
sense of feeling guided or,
Yes.
or feeling in the know then.
And everyone knows it, because there are times you just, how many times you say, oh, I should have done that. I knew better than that. You have that little moment, how did you know? You hadn't done it, but you inside, you knew. Doesn't matter who you are, what religion or anything, you have that capability of just knowing.
Absolutely.
So what my job is helping you to bridge, regardless of your background, providing a bridge to that which you can understand and give you the things that you can plug into the wall so it'll work. You know, you want to be cool, let's plug in a fan or a conditioner. You want more light, let's plug in a light. I know that's very simplistic for something highly profound, but you got to recognize every person is so totally different.
Absolutely.
And I want to keep every door open for every person.
And everything is very simple too. So.
It is, yes, and it's
And we
much,
complicate it.
you're absolutely right. You know, any idiot can make simple more profound, no, complicated. I know when I deal with my First Nations sources, they have such a wonderful ability to make a very profound, complicated thought incredibly simple. This is how I know I'm dealing with that. You know, it's, whoa, I could never have made that so simple. And Einstein, you look at, he had the ability to look as a boy. What would happen if I sat on a beam of light? And he had that simplicity of a child, which is incredibly profound. For most of our life, we have to be children again. We have to go back, and unfortunately when a child gets, 8 or 9, the adult comes and they don't mean it, they mean well, but they say, stop imagining, stop doing that, stop, there are no people there.
Reminds me of our dear friend from Galilee who said to be childlike.
Exactly, it's exactly right.